Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk Thinking, right out here in the lab. What I do for you? Oh, this is part two, excuse me. Let's get right into it. I ain't got to go through all the preliminaries. Right thinking, mission, excuse me. Rightism 25 would live by storytelling, story with a message. Message in the story for life. I'm giving life lessons. Sometimes I use the book. That's what I'm at today. I got a good book lesson for you. Also pertaining to life lessons. So get to understand it, please. And the numbers say, you like what I do, I'm gonna continue to do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Let's keep it going. Let's go. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right things well, right through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka no, that's my mission, to get you, right thinker, to know just who you are. So when you claim to be who you claim to be, you be right on point. That's all. Try to be right. Not live up to my name, Mr. Right. So I'm giving you what you need to do. I'm giving you what you need to do the same thing for yourself. Be right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, it's simple. You teach them. That's what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. It's okay. I can awaken them with knowledge of self. I'm a spiritual alarm clock. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know that self. And to my eye, be true. And I'm still in my meditation book. That's where we at. We're still meditating. But we're talking about the eye. I'm giving you some information about the eyes. Good story, good lesson. Today's idea right there, let's talk about another lesson on the eye, because there's a few different variations, a few aspects that it covers. So another one. The same teachings of the eye is to be found in the ancient Egyptian story of who? Haru and Set. Haru was the son of Asar and Set. Set was the brother of Asar. Now, due to jealousy, anger, hatred, and greed, Set did what? Murdered his brother Asar. When Haru, now remember, Set represents ego. When Haru grew up to what? Challenge Set over what? The throne of ancient Egypt. When Set killed Asar, he took over the throne. He just Bogart. He just took it. Because nobody, he's the baddest man in town. Because nobody beat him. So he just bullied the throne and he was in charge. And all Haru's young life, he had to deal with hiding from his uncle who was running things badly. So, okay. Now, Haru represents what? The forces of good, naturally. And Set represents the forces of egoism. It don't say bad. It's the egoism. Trust me, it's a difference. Unadulterated rage and just pure, that's egoism. Evil is plot planning to do bad things. Different mindset, different things. So understand that. Why? Because egoism, once controlled, be your best ally. Now, due to forces of egoism, sinfulness, and negativity, all that's set. That's what the ego represents. I'm trying to show you the difference. Oh, he bad. No. He just untamed. He just uncouth. Okay, he's a little rough around the edges, that they would say. But again, put in the right context, he'd be your best worker. You see that in the end. Watch this. Haru also represents what? You, the human spirit, which is being obstructed by who? Set your ego self, who represents distraction, again, dullness in your human mind. Everything that's bad and negative, the ego represents. It's holding you back. Remember, the sign for the ego is what? A man with a hatchet to his head. It's self-destructive. And it's also destructive. Watch this. During the conflict, when Set tore out Haru's eye, he lost his eye. Some versions, and there's a few different ones of the story, tell that, here's another story, Set threw filth into Haru's eyes. Okay, and this led Haru to what? Despair, frustration, anger, and dejection. And the story goes, when his mother, Isis, Set, was helping him with Set, and she had a chance to take Set out, and she didn't. And Haru, in the fit of passion and rage, when Septana's ego got caught up, he cut his mother's head off. Another story. What? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they want to show you how we all had a limit where when we get crazy, we do something and regret it after. Tahuti teaches you how to do that. Speaking of him, and it is Tahuti, what's this? Who restored the vision of Haru through what? The power of magic, words of power, aka wisdom teachings, instructing him on how to conduct himself, calming him down, putting him on the straight and narrow, so to speak. Okay, this is all metaphorically. This is all trying to teach you a lesson in this context. Watch this. Now, this context, the whole teachings of wisdom, which Tahuti applies, in Heka. We know Heka is what? Words of power. You command things to be, and they become into power. So he did that. Watch to the eye, and it causes what? Him to remember its essential nature and the glory of the eye of who? Haru. Once he realized himself, he brought him back to normal. Now, upon his return, the eye, what? It provided Haru with what? The strength, the intestinal fortitude of the will by he needed to what? Overthrow his ego self Set. If you ain't strong willed, if you ain't really capable, Set will beat you. He's not going to give in to you. You got to beat him. Simple. Sound familiar? That guy y'all claim is so busy? Yeah, same thing, same concept. I just put it in a different form. I ain't got a problem with that. But I want you to know, if you want to defeat that ego, yo devil, I call it the ego. You have to put your foot on his neck. Let him know who's boss. If not, you can't be. No, that ain't gonna get it done. Force, you be forced with force. Trust me. Watch this. He needed to do that to overthrow Set, and he did. Watch the story mythologicalizes what? The journey of what? The human soul. This is our story, just like the Bible is about us. Sorry. It's telling you how to do what you need to do. It's laying the blueprint for you. And it's eventually redemption is your this story mythologicalizes the journey of the human soul and its eventual what? Redemption, wherein it what? Achieves sublimation of what? The ego, excuse me, and attains what? Self-realization, aka knowledge of self. Ancient Egyptian book of coming forth by day lays out the formula for you to escape the jaws of Amet, which is the soul eater, the unrighteous person whose heart is heavy than Maya's feather. So they teaching you how to get your heart like purify yourself, speak from the heart, get to know yourself. All these is just lessons in life. How to live. How about that? Moving on, I'm about almost wrapping it up. Okay. In this aspect, again, this is a lesson. The plight of what the eye is and its subsequent restoration through what? The teachings, again, of who? Tahuti. He is the transmitter of what? Wisdom. It embodies what? The principle of the teaching, the teacher-disciple relationship through which spiritual knowledge is transmitted. I am the teacher. All my right thinkers are my disciples. I give you what you need to do what you need to do for yourself. That's how it's done. We saw this same principle, watch this, in the initiation of what? Haru by who? I said his mother. She hid him, kept him in secrecy, taught him one thing you need to do, get him. You need to get him. Okay, so she raised him to do one thing, get the ego. And watch this. It may be found in the Gnostic Christianity concept with the teachings of Jesus to what? His disciples and the story of Thessalia, as well as in the Indian Vedantic principles also of the guru-disciple relationship. In every area, there's a teacher and there's the disciples. You need to learn from somebody who know. I know. I'm just trying to tell you. In that relationship, again, such as in India, you got Krishna and Arjuna. You got Vasishtha and Rama. You got Tahuti is what? The master teacher. Hello, my title who what initiates you, the right thinkers, aspirants, on what? The spiritual path of wisdom. You need wisdom to know thyself. So if you want to know thyself, you're on the path of spiritual knowledge. You obtaining spiritual wisdom and understanding how to be your best self. That's what I teach. And teaching others, again, the priest or the priestess, right thinker, master, assumes what? The role of Tahuti. Okay, I'm Tahuti today. Tahuti is who? The guru of the eye. In the Hinduism, watch this. Now, in Hinduism, this process also is immortalized in the epics of the Bhagavad Gita, their book, and you also got Yoga Vashastra, Ramayana scriptures. These are all Indian books, scriptures that tells you also about the eye in two people. Watch this. Now, in these two scriptures, you got two aspects are reminded of what? Their divine essential nature by who? The gurus. Who what? Who are themselves what? One with the divine self, aka know themselves. Awaken, know the Buddha. He who found himself knows himself. All this is just how to become an individual person on your own. I watched my man Sadi say, being a guru is frustrating. Why? Because you have to get other people to do what they're supposed to do. A yogi, all you gotta do is just be. I like that concept. The sage sometimes frustrated. Why? Because I'm a teacher and I get frustrated when I don't think my lessons is being, learned. So I understand that frustration part. But watch this. Now, gradually, you are led to what? Realization of what? Your higher self through what? The process which involves the classical teachings of right thinking philosophy, aka Egyptian yoga, which gives you wisdom, reflection, and meditation. These texts are highly recommended for any serious student of what? Yoga scripture. I got all kinds of books, but it's all about getting understanding and putting the lesson in perspective and using it to your benefit. That's how you self-master yourself. You learn different aspects of yourself and you master those aspects. Hence, know thyself, self-mastery. Okay, let me wrap this up. I got a little lesson right here. Now, watch this. When Haru I, which is considered the moon, was torn out and thrown away by Set, the god who Tahuti, who presides as what? The moon. You see that in verse 8 in the book Coming Forth by Day. And it is found, watch this, it is found in using the formula before it turned it into the moon. When the parts of the eye of Haru are added up, it gives the answer of 63 64ths, which approximate what? Don't approximate the whole number. One is the number which symbolizes what? Oneness, wholeness, all sight, all knowing. Watch this. The supreme being, the absolute, as long as the soul, watch this, is involved in its creation, which is matter, physical body, that part, that yin and yang, you got spirit, then matter, matter goes to spirit. As long as it's that one part, matter, watch this, there will remain a small separation between the individual body and the universal body, okay, and the one. In order to become, watch this, completely unified, here we go, I love this part, merged into infinity, the individual, you, your soul of the enlightened being, once you become enlightened, know that self, your enlightened person, watch this, dissolves into what? The universal soul at what? The time of death. When this body leaves, the spirit, bingo, see, that's the concept. And this is what? Complete oneness. That's why I tell you, everything is on the one. And when you go back to that, you become one with who? The divine. And that missing part of the eye, that 164, that thread that every religion run, that every religious concept has running through it. I figured that out a long time ago too. That 164th of a thread, that's the difference between spirituality and physicality. Just that one thing. And watch this. When the missing part of the eye of Haru, you, the 164th, is added by Tahuti, your conscious, your wisdom, through what? Magic and consciousness. Thus, through the magic of Tahuti, wisdom, the parts representing our consciousness may be reconstituted to what? Wholeness. Tahuti is an aspect of Ptah, which is the cosmic mind in the physical form. In this aspect, Tahuti symbolizes what? Your higher consciousness, your mind. I've been trying to tell you that for years. And those humans, watch this, who are attuned to the universal cosmic mind, woke up, knowledge of self, right thinkers. Okay? Thus, Tahuti speaks. Watch what he says. I come seeking the eye of Haru, that I may bring it back and count it. I found it. Now it is what? Complete. Count it and sound so that it can what? Flame up to the sky and below, above and below. The light that's inside you shines while you're up there and while you're down here. Therefore, watch this. Through the eye, vision, consciousness of Tahuti, which represents wisdom, you got the eye of Haru, which is what? Inner vision. Let me try to explain that to you. The eye don't see out, it sees in. Watch this. May be brought back to what? Its original place. That it may what? Attain the heights of what? Heaven. And achieve control over what? The spiritual domain, which is above the realm of matter, which is below. Haru, meaning you have self-mastery, you're conscious of who you are heavenly, and you're doing it right. You here in a physical form. You have waken up, you realize who you are, you know thyself. While you here below. As above, so below. Tahuti, my man, this is for you. The God who brings what? Maya, which is truth, righteousness, justice, reciprocity. Thus, through what? Wisdom, righteousness, virtue, living, our our original conditions may be restored. By living this way, you live in harmony with nature, and you will be met home when there's time over this world. Watch this. The name of the eye of Haru may be pronounced Wajet, Wedjat, or Ujat, Udjat, or Ushat, Utchat, in all meaning what? The whole or restored one. And also that which what protects. In the pyramid of Unas, the eye of Tahuti is called what? The black eye of Haru. In the same text, it is said to Yunus, thou hast seized what? The two eyes of Haru, the white eye, the black eye, and thou hast carried them off and set them what? In front of thy, and they give light to thy face. That's the concept of you knowing yourself. And watch this. In the saga of the struggle of Haru and Set, which is eternal struggle with you, the most central issue is the what? Return of the eye to its what? Rightful place where? Here, in the brow of Haru. This event is synonymous with what? The resurrection, redemption of what? The soul of who? Asar. Soul initiate aspirant. When he was killed by who? Set. It was done by ignorance, pride, and ego. Okay, those are things that will kill you. While the scripture speaks about two eyes, right and left, there are both indeed referring to what? The same inner spiritual vision, which allows a human being to what? Transcend the egoistic vision of life, which are these two eyes. Nope, raise it up high, see through the third eye. Thus, through what? The restoration of spiritual vision. Again, discovering the eye of what? Intuitional understanding, knowledge of self. A human being, aka SR, is what? Resurrected. Wrapping it up. The ego in human beings is what leads him or her to into what? Positive or negative situations, and also makes a person susceptible to either pain or pleasure, adversity or prosperity in life. The eye of intuition and vision protects one from what? From any and all adversity and injury. Why? Because once one attains intuition vision. Listen to this. The light of understanding vanquishes. Why? It vanquishes all negative thoughts. You become a right thinker, you become a positive thinker, you become fearless, and your desires of human heart could be led a person to what? Situations of pain and sorrow. But It also will nullify all negative from what outside, from people or nature. Meaning, when you reach that eternal peace, when you reach Hotep, Nihas, you can't be disturbed. Why? You reach that level within yourself. Outside forces can't touch you. Like hammer can't touch this. Which, watch this now, which may seek to cause harm to a person, either in thought, word, or deed. Therefore, an enlightened human being, sage or saint, is what? Beyond the pain and sorrow of life. Why? Because he or she has transcended their ego self. I got my foot on my ego. Do you? I control it. It don't control me. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm all about the I. Hope you are too.